Good morning, guys. I'm at the Tree Museum, and I came because I wanted to see the weeping willow. Yes, it had been on my mind, but the sky. Oh, let's do the time because it's. What time is it? It's 6:35, and this sky is seriously well, it looks like it's been done with a bloody paintbrush, really. That isn't a bird. That's our woodpecker somewhere. Yes, the sky. It's just horrific, really. You know, this was blue when I opened my eyes this morning, and you know, unless you open them 5 o'clock in the morning, the minute sunrise happens, and actually get out and see the blue, you're probably not going to see it for the rest of the day. Hello, you're doing well way up there, aren't you? So, and it's just a sickener, really. I mean, there are some things that need to be stopped, like right now. And if the OPPT is in power, or not in power because there is no power, but these chemtrailers need to be stopped. It's just ridiculous. In fact, Jam Noise 72 did a very interesting video a while back where the railway children, I mean, one of my favourite childhood films, has had chemtrails put in the background. And the other day I went to my mum's, and she was sitting watching her television, and on it was one of her favourite films ever, Howard Keel, in 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. Now, I have watched that film, I don't know how many times, but let's see, a minimum of 10 and possibly even up to 25 times. And I've never seen a chemtrail in it before, but there it was, chemtrails in the background, and it just looked so ridiculous, so ridiculous. And it's like Jam Noise 72 said at the time, I mean, why are they going to the effort of doing it, apart from to make us look like bloody liars? You know, when we say to our grandchildren, there was none of this when I were a lass, you know. We had blue skies with fluffy clouds. It's just, oh, there's grandma going on nutty as usual, because I've seen it in the railway children's skies and 7 Brides for 7 Brothers. It's crap, really, isn't it? Any road up. And the other thing that needs to be stopped straight away is Monsanto. I mean, what is going on with them guys? When I wrote my book, God, I wrote it a while ago now. I mean, I wrote it, and then you have to go through all of the crap that takes about another year on top of that. Preparing it, sending it, awaiting emails back. Anyway, I won't go into all that frustration. But can you see how the sky is like vroom? It's all going vroom one way. Vroom. And can you see the colours we have up there in those clouds? You know, when I was little, all clouds were white or grey. That was it. When I were a lass. Yeah, Monsanto. Oh my God. I mean, yeah, when I wrote my book, one of the things I actually wrote about Monsanto in the food section of this book. And I said about them genetically modifying their own bees so that they could kill off the world's bee population. And without the bee pollinators, oh look, a couple of flying swans. Oh my lordy, can you see? Can you see? They're gonna go through that gap. Whoa. Without those pollinators, I don't know what we're gonna do. I really don't know. Hand pollinate everything. And even then, there's something, the love is removed. The love and the beauty of the pollinators actually caressing and dancing with the flowers. Anyway, so yes, there's the whole, they're doing their own bees now. Robotic bees, I suppose they're drone bees, that will probably have other instructions to kill off our natural bees. So it's horrible to think that, you know, your thoughts have actually well, not my thoughts, but their thoughts that I kind of thought, yeah, that's crap, guys. So they've got their robotic bees now. And I think they're actually going to genetically modify bees as well. I think the robotics is the first stage. But then I watched a video, and do you know what? I feel terrible. I can't remember who it was by now. And I do like to give credit where it's due. And someone had said that Monsanto actually bought out Blackwater. How? I mean, what's that all about? And for those of you who don't know, I mean, Blackwater are the mercenary thugs of the planet. You know, forget your triads and your mafioso and all the rest of it. These are the dark ones. Paid mercenaries. Why would Monsanto need them? So that kind of bothered me as well. I do love this swing. Trouble is, if I try and go on it with the dogs here, they just stand in the way. But you're a lovely swing, aren't you? You just lie in it and look up at the sky. Beautiful. Oh, I do it sometimes, but not when I'm videoing, because I can't kind of control the camera, the swing and the dogs all at the same time. Well, actually, I'm sure I can. I don't off-limit myself sometimes. Right, so there are those two little things off my chest. I'm so glad to see the weeping willow is in situ still, and looking radiantly beautiful. Yesterday I had my friend Anbot round. I made us a lovely lentil soup. Oh, it was absolutely beautiful, guys. And we had Iranian bread, which is beautiful. And we went to the spiritualist church. Anne said she'd like to come too, which was wonderful. And what happened? The medium got stuck on the M6, which is, you know, something that happens to everybody who goes on the M6. It's one of those motorways to be avoided if at all possible. So the actual president of the church did an impromptu sort of mediumship, and Anne, who had never been there before, who didn't know anybody in the place, I mean, there's only like 6 of us actually in this big church, she got so many messages, and I know a lot of Anne Bott's story, and it was incredible. You know, the guy who was doing the mediumship actually, you know, said about her dad with these beautiful chrysanthemums and dahlias. Well, he used to grow them and show them, so that was quite amazing. And the things that he said about Anne's mum dying, and dying alone, feeling so alone. Anne's mum committed suicide after her husband died because she could not stand to be without him. When Anne was 18, I think, 22, something like that anyway. And he said, I'm getting the name Anne. I had not used her name. I don't look at her and say Anne, you know, if there's just her and me there. So, you know, it was, and actually he said lots and lots about Anne that I knew of. So it was quite amazing to hear this. I didn't get any messages again. No. Hello, son. But then I think to myself, I feel those people I love around me all the time. You know, I don't miss them. No, I don't miss them. I feel like we are always in some kind of communion. Yeah. And have you ever done that? I just did it then and looked up, and it was like a big black shape in the sky. It's like a rugby ball shape. You know, if you're kind of looking down at the ground, I'm sure there's some person there who's done opticians qualifications who'll be able to say what this is. But then you look up quickly, you know, you raise your head quickly, and you see these objects or shapes that then disappear. Yes, well, I have been getting a lot of that. And also when I look up, I can see like a grid of dots. They're like tiny black circles, just the outline of a circle. And they're the same colour as the background behind. But it's... I used to play this little game called Boxes when I was a child, and you used to do a grid on a piece of paper, and then you were allowed to put one line to join the dots. And the idea was to create... Did you notice all the rats that were running for that bread? My little dig at the garden and the park warden. And you would draw a line, and the idea was if you managed to make a box with 4 sides all covered in, you put your initial in it and had a free go. It's kind of that sort of a grid. And sun gazing, there's the other thing. You know, sun gazing has been so difficult. The sun is blocked out so much. Through the winter, I don't know how much sun gazing I've actually done. And I think I'm going to have to start right back from scratch and do 10 seconds and just work my way up again. if I do get to see the sun, it's generally in the early afternoon. Well, I can't sun gaze then, the UV levels are too high. And by the time evening comes, when I could do an evening sun gaze, generally the sun is totally blocked out in its descent. So it's as if somebody actually knows, which of course they will, that sun gazing is so beneficial to us and actually diminishes our need for food. Off they go from London to the Midlands. And maybe companies like Monsanto don't actually want us to diminish our need and requirement for food. Well, that's all I'm going to say today, because I've kind of rabbited on in a roundabout way about nothing in particular again, I suppose. I did want to say about the sky and Monsanto, because I think you know, these are two key things that we have really got to stop, and we're all just sitting around and complaining and not doing anything. And you know, even if you don't agree with the OPPT for whatever reason, you know, just send the bloody courtesy notices. There's loads of people doing it to the chemtrail companies and governments and that. And you know, you may not agree, or you may think that the OPPT is some kind of a cabal thing. And you know what, guys? I can't tell you that it isn't. That's the thing. I wish I could just say, guys, this is, you know, above board, and there's nothing to do with the dark side to it. However, I can't say that. I can feel it with my gut. I can feel it with my heart. But I guess you need to feel it too. But I think, you know, there's mechanisms there to get our voices heard, and to actually say, if you don't stop this, you know, you're paying me damage. I mean, look up there, we have got the ripple clouds. This is, and skies coming in lines. My God, my art teacher would have had a fit. That's a totally abstract sky. Now, just do it all over again. Oh, I just want to... Anyway, I'm not going to moan, I'm not going to complain, and I can't even sun gaze at our beautiful star now, because the time has passed. Hey ho, hey ho, hey ho. Right, well, there you are, it's there. Right, so I'm going to disappear and say goodbye to our beautiful willow, and go home. This is why it's not advisable to just go paddling into pools of water barefoot. As you can see, there's lots of sticks and branches and even the odd piece of glass in there. So that's why I'm always cautious around water. As much as I would love to just go tippy-toeing through it, you need to be careful. Right, so come on girlies, let's finish off our walk. So from Honey and Debbie and my feet, which are surprisingly cold, the ground is freezing today. My nose is still constantly running from this Reiki attunement, my nose and my chest. But the thing that I'm absolutely really fantastically pleased about is that normally at the first sign of anything going on to my chest and causing me a problem, you know, I get antibiotics or I get something. And this time, even though it got really bad, I have the belief that my body can cure it. And I believe that antibiotics, you know, guys, we've seriously got to stop taking these things. You have to allow your body to defend itself, otherwise you make it defenseless and you dependent upon the suppliers of medication. And you know, just reverse it. I mean, this has been hard because I felt so breathless and so bunged up and congested, but at the same time I'm so proud of my body and my chest that it is resisting all of this. And I'm not taking any, not that I'm a medication taker anyway, but I must admit that when my chest is bad, yes I will, you know, the coughing, the rib ache, the stomach ache, but hey ho, I'm really proud of my body. Right, how that little bird saying congratulations, congratulations. So yeah, I'm sniffing and snorting now from the beautiful tree museum in Botland, and my freezing cold feet, Honey and Ebby, it's goodbye, and we love you too, Georgina, and I'll see you again soon. Keep looking up, maybe you'll see a normal sky, and remember to enjoy life, live it. It is exactly why we are here. Bye. Do 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 do. Wow. The birds said goodbye too. Bye.